Hi, in this guide we'll learn how to set up Adyen integration with Saleor through Adyen Payment App. Please keep in mind that this app is available only to Saleor Cloud customers. Let's start with how the configuration is structured in the app and Adyen. Payments in your Adyen account are processed in sub-accounts that they call merchant accounts. This is where you receive the payout of your funds as well as reports for accounting purposes. For each merchant account, you can configure different payment methods, currencies, capture delays, override risk management rules, and so on. Our app can have a different configuration assigned for each of your Saleor channels. Each configuration holds an API key that allows the app to access your Adyen account, merchant account assigned to that configuration, and webhook details that are used to receive notifications about different events coming from Adyen. The app offers versatile configuration options to align with your specific business requirements. Here are a few examples of how you can tailor the setup. If you wish to utilize Adyen for certain segments of your business, such as direct-to-consumer sales, while excluding others like business-to-business transactions, it's as simple as configuring Adyen for your B2C channels only and leaving the B2B channels without an assigned Adyen configuration. For businesses operating across multiple markets and currencies, the Adyen app allows you to create distinct configurations for each channel. This means you could have a dedicated merchant account for handling payment in euros, another for US dollars, and yet another for Japanese yens, ensuring currency-specific payment processing for each channel. If your payment processing is done using only a single merchant account, you can simply use a single configuration across all your Saleor channels. It's the simplest configuration and is what we'll do in the next part of the tutorial. To begin, let's create an API key within the Adyen dashboard. This key is essential for the app to communicate with your Adyen account. There are two types of API keys. Account scoped keys, they allow access to your entire Adyen account and all of its merchant accounts, and merchant account scoped keys, with limited access to a single merchant account. For enhanced security and control over permissions, we recommend using merchant account scoped keys and creating separate for each merchant account you would like to use in Saleor. Now let's move ahead to Adyen dashboard and create a new API key. Navigate to Developers, API Credentials. Make sure you've selected the correct scope in the upper left corner, either a specific merchant account or your entire company, because this will determine the access level for your new key. And here's how to create the key. Click Create New Credential, give your key a meaningful description to remember its purpose, then select Create Credential. On the following screen, you'll need to copy the API key to the clipboard and provide the URL of your deployed storefront. After clicking Save, we'll switch gears to the Saleor dashboard. Find the Adyen app by navigating to Apps, Adyen, and click Install. Once installed, jump into the app settings and hit Add New Configuration. Name your configuration. Choose Test for our tutorial environment, and paste the previously copied API key from Adyen. Don't forget to save your settings. Depending on your chosen scope in Adyen, you might need to select a specific merchant account for this configuration, or find it's already set if you opted for merchant account scope keys. In the configuration menu, look out for clientKey. It's vital for initializing the Adyen SDK in your storefront. If it's missing, simply click Create New Key. Here's a pro tip. Avoid hard-coding the clientKey directly in your storefront. We advise using a following mutation to dynamically retrieve the client key based on the Saleor channel where the checkout was created. For detailed steps on integrating the Adyen app into your storefront and utilizing this mutation, refer to the Saleor Documentation linked in the video description. The next step to set up the integration will be creating a webhook in Adyen. In the app configuration page, you can see the webhook URL field. Copy the value, we'll need in just a moment. Let's go back to Adyen dashboard. Again, make sure that you've selected either your company or the merchant account in the navigation pane. It has to be the same one that you've used for API key. Then select Developers and Webhooks. Once the page loads, click the button Webhook with a plus sign, and in the model choose Standard Webhook. Let's add some description. Now you'll need to paste the URL we've copied from the app. Make sure to use JSON and leave the default encryption protocol. In the Events tab, search for Order and deselect Order Closed and Order Opened events. We also need to search for expire and select expire event. Here's the list of all events that the app will need to be notified about. Now let's configure security settings. In the security section, enter basic authentication. Here you'll have to create a unique username and password. Next, go to clientKey section and click Generate. Once the key is generated, copy it to the clipboard and click Apply. Moving on to the additional settings, click Risk, and from the checkboxes select Include the original reference for chargeback reverse events. Confirm your choices by clicking Apply, then Save changes. With having webhook configured in Adyen, head back to the app's configuration page. It's time to paste the HMAC key along with the username and password you've just set up. A quick note, if you're using a live environment on your production, you'll also need to add the live prefix URL specific to your account. However, since we're operating in a test environment, we can leave this field empty. For iOS app developers aiming to implement Apple Pay, remember to upload your Apple Pay certificate obtained from the Apple developer account. For detailed guidance on this process, please refer to the Adyen documentation linked in the video description. This step is not necessary if you're utilizing Apple Pay solely on the web. Once you click Save, and if everything worked correctly, you should see Form Saved notification. As we mentioned in the beginning, the approach to configuring API keys depends on your specific use case. For those utilizing individual API keys for each merchant account, it is necessary to repeat this setup process, creating a unique configuration, then API key, and webhook for every merchant account. On the other hand, if you're using one API key for your whole account, you only need to set up one webhook. In such case, the identical HMAC key, username and password should be applied to all your configurations. To confirm that notifications from Adyen's webhook are actually arriving, you can click the Make Test Webhook Call button on the configurations page. If the test succeeds, you'll see Webhook Works Correctly notification. If you've encountered any errors, make sure to consult our documentation. Again, link is in the video description, or get in touch with us on Slack. As a final check, let's ensure that our storefront URL is included in the Allowed Origins section. If it's missing, simply enter the URL of the storefront and click Add Origin. And with that, we've finalized our configuration. It's time we can assign our new configuration to Saleor channels. Remember, you have the flexibility to apply the same configuration across all your channels, create individual configurations for each channel, or opt not to activate Adyen App for certain channels, as we discussed earlier. Thank you for following this tutorial. We hope you find it helpful in setting up Adyen integration with Saleor. If you have any further questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. See you again.